How's it going, everybody? This is Alex Caceres, and you're listening to Story of the Fight.
Thank you, Mr. Alex Caceres, for the introduction. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Another week, A Story of the Fight. My name is Ramiro with my boy Will. As always, to start off, reminding everybody, if you like our content, please do us a favor. Like, subscribe on the YouTubes. You can also find us on Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Social media.
Yes, at Story of the Fight on Instagram and Twitter. Obviously, we're here on YouTube. And if you go to Facebook, we have a chat going there. And it's Story of the Fight chat on Facebook. Yeah. Otherwise, we're right here.
And so for anybody joining us first time, we usually just get together and talk about mixed martial arts, boxing sometimes life, whatever comes to mind.
Sometimes life.
In this case, we have gathered here today for a conversation around UFC Vegas 38. Walker versus Santos, Thiago Santos.
It's an event that happened.
It is an event that happened. Oh, dude, the Thiago Santos tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling my wife, I was like, I should get that tattoo.
You should get that tattoo.
Mine would be like a little hammer, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just get like a Home Depot hammer.
Yeah, not the Maheta. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just not the sledgehammer. Just a little Home Depot hammer. I think that'd be all I'd be able to fit on my chest. But yeah, man. So we had Thiago Santos versus Johnny Walker. Man, I always like watching Johnny Walker fight because he's such a character.
Yeah.
He's such a character. He's so much fun. From his walkout dance.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's first of all, he comes out with Miesha Pajeda. They're both like doing some choreography in the background, and then
as they do.
Yeah, and then he starts dancing up on Cutman Tate.
Yeah,
which is always fantastic. And you see him just getting down on Chris Tognoni.
Yeah,
and you see Tognoni's
Tognoni loves
face. You see him just get red, like red, dude. Oh my god, it was so funny. But yeah, what'd you think, Will?
It was a fight that happened, and I think a lot of people expected a wild, crazy, sloppy brawl with what this matchup was.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like both of them, for the reason being that both of them are usually pretty wild and they hit hard as fuck. They have a bunch of knockouts, right? And it seems like they were also very aware of that. And
they did their homework.
They did their homework. They know they're fighting someone dangerous, obviously, and they didn't really engage that much. Right?
You got to risk it for the biscuit, man. You got to risk it for the biscuit.
Johnny Walker, when he switched to John Kavanagh's camp, everyone's like, "Oh, that's gonna be really good because you can see the raw talent, right?" And we need someone to kind of like hone that in and like develop a real fight game on top of that, because before he was just fucking going out there and just doing whatever the fuck he wanted. Man. Very wild. And it got him pretty far, and then it started getting him finished also. So people thought that was a pretty good idea. It might have gone a little too far though, I think, in terms of he looked like he was just kind of point fighting, right? Which is fine, right? I mean, GSP did it for his whole career and people think he's the greatest, right? So it's good, but it can't all be feints and different looks. Eventually you do have to engage.
Pull the trigger.
And he did every once in a while, right? I think he actually kind of wobbled Santos a little bit. Santos is tough, right? And he has a good poker face, but I do think he hurt him a couple times.
Was that in the first round?
First round, and I think maybe the fourth round?
Yeah, I think there was a hard left that Johnny Walker threw where I could see like a little, different look in Santos' eyes for a few seconds.
Yeah. There was a couple times where he kind of just wobbled a little bit and then just kind of like bared down, because Santos, I mean, he's a vet, at this point. He's been there, done that. He's been hurt before. But Yeah, it was interesting to see Johnny Walker stay so far on the outside and feint so much, and then mostly just land leg kicks and just a couple shots here and there. It was interesting to see, you know.
Yep. I liked Walker's performance in the sense that,
Mhm.
again, I like him as a fighter. He seems like a funny dude. He seems like a cool dude. So I always enjoy tuning into his fights. But we need to find that happy medium,
Exactly.
right? We need to find that
Yeah.
happy medium. Because that first Johnny Walker that was wild and made him super exciting and shit like that, like I like that.
Mhm.
But then the heavy point fighting, you even heard Kavanaugh in the corner in the fourth round being like, hey, man, just essentially just win the round. Just get points.
Yeah.
We got to find something right in the middle. And I think when we do that with Johnny Walker, he has tools.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely does. He's very skilled, man, and he can fight that fight on the outside, right? Where he's
long,
picking his shots. He did it well.
He's strong.
I didn't realize he's
a good dancer.
Yeah. Did you know he was 6'6"? I saw that in the tape, and I was like, when the fuck did he get
He might
6'6"?
be like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. I mean,
he's a
UFC
UFC
does
6'6".
Yeah.
I'm a
UFC
solid 5'8" in the UFC.
Yeah, and I'm 6'5".
So I don't know, dude. But yeah, it was a good, entertaining fight. If you went in there expecting a slug match, slugfest, you probably weren't very happy. But you say it all the time: styles make fights.
Styles make fights, and who do you think won it? Do you agree with the decision?
I honestly, it could have gone either way.
Yeah,
if either way it went, I would have been like, okay, I could see it.
Yeah,
with Santos, same thing. I was like, you know what? I think he got outstruck a little bit, but the heavier shots I feel like were landed by Santos more often.
Yeah, I agree.
But then I think Walker did a very good job of controlling the fight, controlling the pace, and then managing the distance. I don't know, man. Like I said, it could have gone either way, and I would have been happy with it.
Yeah, at the end when they were doing the decision, I was like, you know what? I stopped trying to score this fight in the third round, so who knows?
I quit.
Yeah, but it was Santos is in this weird position, right? He's coming off the knee surgeries. He's had some losses now. He kind of just needs to keep getting wins and kind of put himself back in the picture there.
And this is a good win for him.
I think so.
This is a good win for him.
Yeah, it's a good win. Step down, right?
My biggest takeaway was just thinking about the baby that Kuniskaya and Santos are going to have. First of all, it's going to be a beautiful baby.
Takeaway.
It's going to be a beautiful baby.
Yeah.
But also, give her the belt right now. Give that baby the belt right now.
I know.
She's going to be an absolute monster, dude.
Damn. I'll be if she fights, I'll be like fucking 45 by the time she's fighting.
I'll be like 80.
Fuck. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, exactly. Looking forward to her debut. Not born yet, but looking forward to the debut.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else on the main event, man?
No. I mean, there's not much to say about it, right? Santos kind of secures his spot. I don't know really what you do for him at this point. I know Rakic is trying to get that fight, but I think Anthony Smith and Rakic is going to be the fight to make. You don't go Jidri, you go
Idri.
Apologize. Yeah, he's not going to fight Glover. Obviously, Glover's fighting Blachowicz. It's either he either waits, or I don't know what the hell's going on with Dominic Reyes. I know he got severely beaten in that fight with Prochazka, but yeah, maybe I don't know if Ankalaev has a fight. I think he does though.
I want to see Dom Reyes back in there too, man.
Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily wants to see him back in there yet.
I mean, he might need some time.
Yeah, Ankalaev's fighting Ozdemir at the end of the month.
No time?
Maybe that's what you do. Winner of that fights Santos, right? They both fighting in the same month. He can fight a guy coming off a win. Yeah, Ankalaev, I think is gonna. Yeah. Ankalaev, I think he's gonna fight for the belt next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I want him to win it.
I can't wait for a 2022 prediction recording like we did last year. That was a blast. Oh,
yeah, that was cool.
And I'm like 90% sure I picked Corey the Sandman Sandhagen
I think
to finish the year with a title, bro. And everything's working out right now.
Yeah.
My featherweight prediction's way off already.
Unfortunately, Aljamain is going to finish the year with the title.
I mean, though, can we put an asterisk next to it if Corey Sandhagen?
I think the asterisk falls on whoever wins between Petr Yan and Sandhagen, technically, right? It's the interim.
No, but I mean, he's ending with a title.
Yeah, but not the title.
Damn, man. All right.
No, if he does, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
You know why?
All right. Why?
Because I picked Petr Yan.
Oh,
so no matter what, one of us is going to
win. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Dude, we should take some clips from that and just kind of see where we're at.
What we should do is at the end of the year, we'll do an end of the year episode, and then we'll do a beginning of next year episode. The beginning of next year will be the predictions. The end of this year will be just a clip of each of us picking who's going to be the champ and just seeing how fucking wrong we are.
Oh, dude, that's going to be a blast.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Like Richard Casual not even there and just wondering, like, who are all these people?
Yeah.
Who are these people you're talking about? Yeah. All right. Next fight, we had Kevin Holland versus Darcus.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably what we're going to spend most of the time talking about.
Yeah, this was fuck. I was
Look, wait, go back to that picture. Where's Dana? Dana needs to be in the middle.
Who is that? Is that Sean Shelby?
McMahon. I think it's McMahon or Sean Shelby, one of the two. I get them mixed up.
Yeah, I get it mixed up too, but he looks extremely confused.
He looks like he just woke up.
So, okay, Kevin Holland. You know how I feel about Kevin Holland, man.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite fighters. Super exciting. Over here from Fort Worth, right? Mm-hmm. He just looks like a hilarious guy. Hey, slow down real quick, Rich. Look, we're going to go back real quick. All right, so first off, this is what I love, okay?
Yeah.
And this is what I told everybody. So when Kevin Holland had those losses come up, the issues with wrestling, everybody jumped off the hype train.
Yeah.
Everybody jumped off the hype train.
And they forgot he won 5 in 1 year.
Yes. But the reason that people love of his personality, he is something that you don't see every day. He's in there smiling. Like, people are like, man, I do this because I love the fight game. Like, he's really somebody that does this because he loves being in that octagon. He loves the fight game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just enjoy watching him fight and seeing people jump off Kevin Holland's hype train. Mm-hmm. I said it before, I'll say it again. Just keep the same energy. If you're going to be in here saying like, man, I love how he talks when he's in the octagon. I love, how happy he looks all the time. I love how he messes around. Mm-hmm. Like, I love that when he's winning, but I also love that about him if he loses.
Yeah, it's still entertaining.
He's an entertaining guy, one of the most entertaining fighters in all of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I think so.
So
he's definitely up there. Yeah.
He absolutely, man. Okay, so right here, this is the part where he stuffs the takedown. He looks over at DC and says, "Hey, a little bit better, huh, DC?
A little bit
better." This is in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
There's another one.
Johnny Hendricks tutelage now.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Big rig.
Texas boy.
Another Texas boy. I think he's over here in the Fort Worth area too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
you still have a restaurant?
No, I think that shit closed down.
Yeah, he lost the belt, and everyone's like, "Why are we gonna go to your restaurant?"
Yeah, I don't want your ribs, bro. So go to the next picture there, Richard Casual. So this is okay. This is tough. They're both going in, right? Hard headbutt.
Yeah, one of the hardest ones I've seen in years.
Yeah, and I think the position of it too, because you see the top of Darcus' head kind of hit the side of the cheek, the bottom of his head hits the bottom of the jaw.
It's this part right here.
Dude, that was so rough.
Probably the worst spot to get headbutted in, as far as consciousness goes, right? Probably nose is the worst.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ortega would say otherwise. He'd be like, I don't know, bro. Nose orbital was probably a little bit different.
But he stayed conscious. This one shuts you off.
Yeah, so next picture
he went off. Yeah.
Dude, he's out.
Yeah. The slow-mo replay, you can see him staring off into the void as he his head whips and he starts falling forward.
And then his face slams on the mat.
Plant.
Face plant. Scary stuff, man.
Not even a face plant. It's worse than a face plant. His chest hit first, and then his head whipped down and then he face planted. But it wasn't like he just landed on his face. It was a fucking whip.
It was a scary moment, man. It was a scary moment. But then the wherewithal for him right after comes to again, rolls on his back, and starts defending right away.
I don't think it was wherewithal. I think that's pure autopilot, and that's what happens when you're a fighter. He said that he remembers throwing the shot, and then Darcus on his back. So everything in between was pure autopilot. Yeah, that's just fighter instinct. Like,
wow.
This is like, I do this so much that even when I'm unconscious, this is what I'm doing.
My instinct would be to get in the fetal position immediately.
I know.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And this guy's like autopilot is just survival, man. It was a gutty performance from Holland, man, from that headbutt on.
Yeah. And can we talk about the fact that he's one of my favorite part of the fight was when he has Darcus up against the cage, but Darcus has him wrapped up, right? He can't go anywhere. And DC's like, man, Darcus is so long. And then Holland's like, he's so long, DC. He's so long. It's like, what the fuck is happening, man?
Fitzgerald couldn't help but laugh. And he's like, that's what happens in the Apex, man.
Yeah, he's like, they're not in front of us right now. We're on the other side of the cage. Dude, Fitzgerald, so honestly, I keep saying like Fitzgerald, Fitzgerald, Bisping, and then Felder for the interviews is the best team. I think it's just any team that Fitzgerald's part of, because just Fitzgerald and DC, fantastic.
Was really good too.
It was really so good because DC wasn't super conversational with him, right? He was more like, I mean, DC does a phenomenal job of talking about wrestling positions and where the leverage is coming from and what needs to happen next.
His fight IQ is so high.
Yeah, but the problem is when he's in there with someone like Bisping or Felder or Joe, he's so conversational. He's having a good time. It's just with the boys, right? But when it's him and Fitzgerald, it was so professional. And Fitzgerald, I mean, there's moments of this card where I was paying more attention to the commentary from Fitzgerald than I was about the fight. He was just like, he's so like in the moment and talking about like what's happening. It was fantastic. But and props to Darcus, right? He does what he has to do, right?
He was doing a pretty good job clinching and putting Holland up against the cage. Let's give Holland some recognition as well for better takedown defense.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
He's been working on it.
And Darcus is tough, man. People might not know him yet, but like, dude, he is very tough. Him and his brother both are really good.
Yeah, but Holland did a really good job. You know, I want to see this. I want to see them run this one back.
Yeah, I think so too. Because once they separated against the cage and they
Holland's
started throwing,
long reach, dude, the 1-2.
Yeah, the 1-2, and then Darcus hit him with the good right hook, and then it was like, oh, this is getting good, and then headbutt. And it was like, oh no, the way he fell, man. And Herb Dean gets a lot of flack nowadays, but he was the replay official on this fight, and he is the one. Big Dan Murgliata, he was gonna just let it be a win for Darcus, and Herb Dean is the one that called him back over, and they reviewed it. What a funny sight, right? When they're all just sitting around the TV, Mark Ratner, they're all.
I loved it. I was awesome. Like, this looks like an absolute shit show right now, but I like it.
And they're like, Fitzgerald's like, they put the light on, they turn the light on, and they put it on the walkway around the octagon to signify that they're under review. And it's like, why does that exist? Who is that for?
Who needs to know?
Yeah, they're all huddled. The refs over there huddled with all the other officials. Yeah, it's under review. We don't need a fucking a Home Depot lamp sitting on the fucking walkway. So funny.
My favorite part of this entire thing, though, was when Murgliata's off to this side and Herbie goes up to him and goes, man, if you really want to, you can go no contest on this. And nobody would give you any flack for it, you know?
Yeah.
But it's Herb Dean whispering into Murgliata, and he's mic'd up, bro.
And Fitzgerald's like, well, Herb Dean was trying to whisper there, but he is mic'd up. So what are you saying?
I loved it. And then to finish the fight, you don't know what's going on. Fitzgerald's like, it seems like they're going to give the win to Darcus. And I was like, what? And then they're facing their backs
Ramirez
towards
over
the
there
camera.
punching walls. And he's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Dude. So you have Murgliata, Holland, Darcus with their backs towards the camera.
Yeah.
And then they're like laughing and they turn around. And then I guess it's Buffer that's like, I'm on the wrong side. So they're like, oh, it's so funny. And I'm like, dude, what is going on right now? Like,
did you hear Dan was like, "Did you get knocked out?" To Bruce Buffer. Like,
it was a very interesting moment, man. But
yeah, I mean, it was the most entertaining part of the whole card.
it was. I can't wait to watch Holland go back in there. Holland versus Darcus. I would love to see him run it back. Props to Herb Dean. Props to Herb Dean because he heavily influenced the no contest, which I believe was the right call.
After he whispered that to Dan, Dan was leaving and was still gonna say that it was a Darcus win, and then they went back to the review and they did it over again, and they were like all looking at it, right? And then he came back and did the no contest. No contest. So yeah, definitely the right move, right? Like, and he even said, he was like, it was interesting to see. I wish we got more like referee interviews, right? Because it was so cool to see Dan talking to them and be like, well, I was going to call it based off how he fell, but then he started defending himself.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we got to continue it. And that's why I did the replay. And that kind of stuff for me is like so entertaining and like interesting to hear, because you never really get to hear it.
Post-fight press conference.
Yeah, seriously, bring the refs in for like the main fights or anything, any weird fight.
And the judges, fuck those guys.
As long as it's not like a controversial thing that the ref had to do, don't put them in the press conference. But for crazy fights, I would love to hear what's going through their mind, like in certain moments where it's like, should I call this? Like, this is crazy. Like, that kind of stuff would be very interesting to hear.
Yeah. I would have loved that during Mario Yamasaki's days.
Steve Mazzagatti, dude. Remember him?
Yeah, Steve Mazzagatti.
OG.
Yeah, but Yamasaki, dude. Yeah,
I saw him. I think I don't know what Mazzagatti's doing, but I swear, I know he's not reffing, at least in the UFC, but I swear I think he's still an official at UFC events because.
Oh, really?
Did you see? Remember when Khabib said the thing about the ring girls, and everyone was like, "Oh," it's like, what does it matter what his opinion on that is either way? But then Shevchenko was like, "Nah, ring girls are dope, right?" And then after her last fight, she posed with all the ring girls,
which was awesome.
In the background, and then in the background, you can see. I'm pretty sure it's Steve Mazzagatti sitting there, just like.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Photobombing?
Yeah. No, he's just sitting there, still wearing the official shit. I just don't think he refs. I think Dana kind of blacklisted him.
He probably still within Nevada State Athletic Commission though, in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. I think Dana just blacklisted him from reffing, which is probably a good call. I mean, dude, Mario Yamasaki is the one that gets the flack, but Mazzagatti was rough. Dude, it was like, oh, Mazzagatti, you see Mazzagatti, you're like, I might watch a murder. It was crazy back then, man.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. It'd be so much fun to like hear an interview and they're just like, let him go out on the shield.
Like, listen, man, I saw it in his eyes. You weren't there. You're watching us.
Oh, shit. All right. We'll go on to the next one. We had a Cowboy Oliveira versus Nico Price. Dude, so the first round goes through, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I really like both these guys.
Same. Look at that. I mean, what the fuck's going on there?
I don't know, but I like it.
How many kids? How many kids are between them?
Look at. I'm pretty sure that's Sean Shelby. Look at him again. He looks so happy.
He looks like he woke up.
He finally woke up.
I think Oliveira has like 11 kids, and Nico Price is about to have like his 7th kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well. Yeah, dude, you got to do what you got to do. But I mean, look at this. So for anybody that's just listening, you got Cowboy Oliveira with his painted straw hat, cowboy hat, right? And then you have Nico Price with what are those goggles?
Yeah, he looks like he's from the future.
He does.
He looks like what? He looks like in like a 80s ski movie,
Yeah.
Like if you know how there's always like the rivalry on the mountain. And like, all right, fine, we'll race for it. You know what I'm talking about?
And he throws
like,
goggles on?
No, it looks like if there was a villain in one of those movies that came back from the future to the 80s, that's what they would have thought someone from the future looks like.
Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, Dr. Robotnik. Yeah, Cyclops from the X-Men, but with a mustache.
Yeah, good call, Rich. Cyclops. Yeah, I don't know, man. But look, so happy. And that's one thing that I did enjoy last night was just the respect that all the fighters had for each other. You see that picture right there where Oliveira and Price super happy, shaking hands. Holland versus Darcus, both of them a lot of respect shown afterwards. They were both looking at the replay together at one point and kind of laughing and talking back and forth. When they called it a no contest, when Holland found out it was no contest, he was like, "Oh, what? No, man!" And he ran back over to Darcus. Was like, "Dude, we'll run it back. We'll run it back if you're down." And
changed a little bit after the fight, but
well, what happened after the fight? What did he say after the fight?
Darcus is like, "Oh yeah, I mean, if we need to run it back, we'll run it back. But otherwise, like, I'm fine moving on." And it's like,
Oh, okay.
whoa,
But the respect was still
whoa.
there either way.
Yeah, still respectful.
And then
Yeah.
Walker versus Santos at the end, they embraced, they laughed, I don't know what the hell they were talking about, probably, acai or whatever. But
yeah.
And I enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so what do you think of this Price versus Oliveira? I know that you love Nico Price.
Yeah, for me, it was very entertaining. I mean, I actually really liked this fight. It's interesting to me when a fighter wins the first round and then his opponent wins the second, and then the third round is like, what's going to happen? Rarely does the guy who won the first round take the third, right? If they lost the second. So yeah, Nico Price did a great job of taking it back, especially because the first 2 minutes of the third round was tough for Nico Price. He got cracked a few times. Oliveira made what a good read to slip and then the right hook to the body and then come up top after. Two heavy combos where he starts it with the right body shot. Then he just gassed, dude. He just gassed. I think the forward pressure from Price was just too much for him. And Price ended up kind of...
His cardio was legit for this fight, right?
Yeah. Looked pretty slow in the third round. But, I mean, it outlasted Oliveira at least, right? And, yeah, he did what he needed to do. 2 minutes into the third round, I was like, well, this is Oliveira's fight. I mean, he's still slipping. He's countering really well. Price is walking into a lot of shots. And Price is whiffing on a lot of shots, right? But then from minute 3 on, it was pretty much all Nico Price. Landed some big shots. Oliveira on his bicycle, just trying to avoid everything.
Yep.
And then he ends up on top, right, and closes it out. I think it was a split decision, right?
Yeah.
I had Price.
Oh, no, wait. No. I want to say it was 28-27 across the board.
Oh, was it? I thought it was split.
I'm pretty sure it's 28-27 across the board. We'll have to double check.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Unanimous. Yeah.
Okay. But, yeah, I thought, here we go, Nico. Finally, an easy fight for you. Not easy. Like, none of these fights are easy. But you know what I mean. Like, because he's usually in some freaking wars, man.
Yeah.
And after that first round, he took Oliveira down. Great top control. And then that second round, I was like, well, fuck, here we go, Nico. Here we go again, right? And it turned into a classic Nico Price fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
And yeah, fun fight, man. Just two guys going out there and fucking throwing down,
So what do you think of a Price versus Diaz? They mentioned that.
No.
No?
I know everybody's talking about that. Price is way too young. He's too fresh. We need to see Nick with like full determination in a camp before he fights a young guy like that. I think you do Matt Brown or Cowboy. That's not this Cowboy Cerrone. I think those are the only two matchups that make sense right now for Nick. And if he has a good showing against one of those guys, then we can maybe start introducing him back to the rest of the division. Yeah. I know people are saying Mike Perry as well. Maybe Mike Perry. I don't want to see him fight some young fucking savage like Nico Price right now.
Yeah. No, true. True, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Before that, we had a Strikanov.
Well, how about
Jocko.
real quick, Oliveira? What do we do with him? Right? He's in his last 8 fights, he's 2-6.
Oof.
That was 3 in a row now.
Entertaining fighter though.
He went on a 3-fight skid, and then he beat Max Griffin, and then Peter Sabata, and then now another 3-fight skid. I don't think you cut him, right?
No,
you don't cut him.
I don't know, man. It's tough. Like I said, he's such an entertaining fighter.
And, I don't think you cut him.
I know Uncle Dana really likes entertaining fighters, win or lose.
Yeah, I don't think you cut him.
I don't think so either. Let's keep him around. Let's see who else we can have him fight. Maybe don't give him a monster on his next fight.
Yeah, let's maybe just I mean, 2-fight skid and here's Nico Price.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Rough, dude. Rough.
Yeah.
All right.
All about the matchups, not about the rankings or the longevity, I guess, which probably makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to see him in the UFC.
Yeah, me too.
I like the guy.
He's like, yeah, I just got to keep fighting. He's fucking, he's like, I just need to keep fighting. I got hella mouths to feed. Just keep putting me in there.
That's
fucking 10 kids.
How old is he? I don't know.
33. Damn.
He's still pretty young.
A lot of miles in that 33.
A lot of miles on that 33. Very much like Aldo. You forget how young Aldo is.
Yeah, that's 33 fights deep.
Oof.
He's got 33 fights at 33.
Oof. Wow. All right. Before that, we had Jocko versus Serkinov. That was the second fight on the main card. What'd you think of that one?
Yeah, shout out to Jocko. He's the I will always remember him as the fighter that Tony fell asleep during his fight at the event.
Against Branch?
Yeah. We were live in Texas. Tony legit fell asleep during this man's fight in a sold-out arena. and if we were at this event, I think Tony might have fallen asleep during this one as well.
David Branch, yeah, that was UFC 211. UFC 211.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have very much to say about this fight.
Yeah, I mean, Jocko, I respect him. He's got the Dragon Ball Z tattoo. Shout out Dragon Ball Z always. But at the same time, let's not foul a bunch of times throughout a fight and then complain when the guy's taking time because you eye poked him.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Very true.
Not a good look. Just not the best fight.
People will be like, man, you say I enjoy that fight a lot. And because I enjoy a lot of fights.
Yeah, same. Fights that most people probably don't.
Yeah. But I wouldn't really say I enjoy this one.
No, it wasn't. It happened, you know?
It did.
It definitely happened.
I mean, Jocko did a good job defending the level changes in that first round from Serkinov.
Yeah.
That was just like.
Grabbed the cage that one time that stopped a takedown. Her beat just yelled at him.
I could stop, I think, quite a bit of takedowns if I did that. Like if I just grab one. Yeah,
because, I mean, all you're going to do is get a warning. So, like, what does it matter?
True.
I remember when Chris Lieben fought Terry Martin, and he's down 2-0 right? Chris Lieben just fucking getting outworked, dude. And Terry Martin just looks like a fucking cannonball. And he's trying to take Lieben down, and Lieben's like, well, I lost the first. I need a finish, right? So who cares? He's trying to take him down. He just fucking grabs over the cage. Just fucking stops the takedown. They take a point. And he's like, whatever. And
but how smart is that, though? Yeah, how smart is that?
Yeah, who cares at that point, right? You already are down on points. You winning the third round is not going to change anything. You need to get a finish. And then Terry Martin starts teeing off on him after he ends up getting a takedown. And then, actually, I don't think they even took a point from what I remember. I think it just delayed the takedown heavily.
He's like, hey, stop.
Don't do that. And then, but Martin ends up on top anyways. And then somehow they get up to their feet. Chris Lieben was pretty fucking sneaky good at jiu-jitsu back in the day. People think of him as like the zombie walking forward and knocking people out, but his jiu-jitsu was really good. I think he got Akiyama with the triangle in the third round one time, which is a fantastic fight. But you're right, Martin's on top. They end up getting up. There's like 2 minutes left, and all of a sudden Terry Martin's just bombing on Lieben, and Lieben's not blocking shit. You know what I mean? He's just he gets stumbled back, and he's like, bam, bam, and he starts walking forward as Terry Martin's just landing these big shots, and then Lieben just lands one big left hand and drops him and just knocks him out. Yeah. One of my favorite Chris Lieben performances. Yeah. Shout out Chris Lieben. Watch the interview we did with him. Fucking savage. What a legend.
Yeah. Dude, we were so excited to interview him.
I know. Dude, I grew up watching Chris Lieben. You know what I mean? I mean, when did Ultimate Fighter come out? That was 2005, you know?
Damn, man.
Yeah, I was like 10 years old.
All right. Let's see here. Before that, we had Alexander Hernandez versus Mike Breeden.
Yeah, Hernandez needed this.
He really needed this, yes.
Yeah.
Man, when Hernandez was coming up, right, and everybody was super pumped about him. Like, super pumped.
He had such a diverse skill set. He looked like such a complete fighter, and he still does. He's very good footwork. He's very technical. His defense is sound. His offense is great. He's a great point fighter. He mixes it up well. I mean, there's so much potential.
So he beats Beneil Dariush, Olivier Mercier. Then he loses Donald Cerrone to that beautiful combo. You remember that combo?
Yeah.
This was like one of the nicest combos that I've ever seen. beats Francisco Trinaldo, loses to
Tough
Drew
fight.
Dober.
Very tough fight.
Beats Grutzmacher, Mocker.
Finishes him in the first.
Yep. Loses to Thiago Moises, no slouch.
Mm-hmm.
And beats Mike Breeden. But it's not just that he Mike Breeden. He annihilated him.
He looked like he shot. It looked like that right hand that ended up dropping him. It looked like he might as well have just moved a shotgun point blank and just shot him in the head.
Dude, it was nuts, man.
Crazy.
But he looked fantastic. Crazy. Light on his feet. He's so fast, man. And, for somebody that's built the way he is, because he's so stocky, he looks so strong, you wouldn't expect him to be as fast as he is. Yeah,
very elusive, too.
Yeah, so maybe he gets back to, what everybody expected out of him when he was like 8-1 or 9-1.
Yeah,
before he faced Cerrone.
When he fought Mercier, it was he won that fight, then he loses to Cowboy, wins Trinaldo, loses Dober, wins Grutzmacher, loses Moises. Now he beat Breeden. It's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's get him 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Let him win 2 in a row. I mean, this was supposed to be against Leonardo Santos, right? So Breeden took this fight on like 2 weeks' notice.
Props to Breeden for that.
Yeah, but yeah, Hernandez was just too much for him. And Hernandez needs to like, I don't know what it is, man. He's got to just find the right place maybe or something, because the skill level is there, right? I think it's something mental at this point, because the skill level is really, really there.
Ooh, a la Kevin Lee?
Yes. Yeah.
Very similar. We're just waiting for somebody to put it all together for him.
Yeah.
But you see the raw talent and the skill set.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just, I don't know if he knows that he's good, right? So he's kind of just like, he starts coasting in there a little bit because he feels like he's on top and he's better than the guy he's fighting. Then he gets caught with something. I don't know what it is, but like, I mean, he has the tool set to get up there. I mean, he beat Beneil Dariush, who's ranked 2 in the division. Like he can get there. He just has to put it together.
Yeah, but Beneil Dariush is also a different animal now, I think.
That's true. But Hernandez, I mean, what's stopping Hernandez from becoming a different animal? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You need somebody to put it all together for him. What is it? All right, dude. Do you want to cover Malarkey a little bit?
Yes, I would like to. We were just going to cover the main card, right? But yeah, I want to give Malarkey some props, dude. This guy's a fucking dog, and I think it's only time until he becomes a fan favorite. I think he's going to pop off.
Okay, let's see here. He comes into the UFC and he loses his first 2, right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, like, man, I hope he doesn't lose against Kama Worthy, because, like, you just see the raw talent there.
Well,
you see the skill set.
Yeah, let's also go back. Who did he debut against?
Brad Riddell.
Yeah, like, dude, like,
tough,
and it was a competitive fight.
It was a very good fight.
It was a really, really good fight. It had to have. I mean, it was really good. I mean, that's the thing. And then he's supposed to fight Jalen Turner, which is a fucking insane second fight after debuting against Brad Riddell. But then that gets canceled. Yeah. But what were you saying? When he gets pulled to fight Kama Worthy?
Yeah, no, and we were talking about, they're like, dude, we hope he gets a win against Kama Worthy, because we really, really like this guy.
Yeah.
He's super talented, and we think he could do big things at UFC. So he pulls off that win against Kama Worthy, and now he beats Devontae Smith. And like you said, I think he's going to start getting that recognition. He's going to start getting noticed a lot more. But, dude, the skill set, dude, we were talking about this. We watched this fight together. The head movement never stops moving. Different looks, right? Nonstop, the feints. I love it.
I mean, if you're fighting to decision against Brad Riddell, your stand-up is top tier. I mean, he's there, man. I think he's there. And not just that, because you can have all the great – I mean, we just talked about it, right? Alexander Hernandez. His striking level is very high, but there's something that's blocking it.
Yep.
Malarkey is fucking game, and he can take shots, and he's willing to just push the pace through it and wear you down, and that's what he did right now against Devontae Smith. I think Devontae probably won the first round, landed some clean shots against Malarkey. That uppercut popped his head up, and then the 2 came over and landed. Malarkey just eats that shit and keeps the pressure. And then eventually that second round was just like a systematic beatdown by Malarkey. I mean, dude, when he gets him against the cage and he throws like 3 knees in a row in the tie clinch, and then he starts throwing the elbows and then the hooks. The left hook to the body hurts Devontae Smith, and then the right over the top drops him. Like, dude, I mean, put it all together. What a fantastic performance. I mean, and Devontae Smith looked good too. I don't want to give. I mean, and that makes Malarkey look even better, right? He fought a very tough guy. Devontae Smith is very high level as well, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm very excited to see Malarkey continue to grow. I think there's big things in store for him. I really do. I mean, the guy's tough as nails, and he's.
Who would you match him
exciting.
up against next?
Oh man, now
would you want him to face him in the top 15, or do you need to slow it down?
Maybe slow it down a little bit. I'm not sure who I'd like to see him fight against. Fuck it. I mean, Alexander Hernandez. Let's do it. Right?
That's cool.
I mean, they both fought on the same card. They're both lightweights. And the winner of that fight definitely gets into the top 15, I think, right?
Yeah. Oh man, that's a tough one. Because I mean, personally, as a fan, I would love to see that fight. Thinking of it as a business, like I'd almost want to build both of them up separately to get in there, you know? But yeah, I mean, I would love to see that fight.
Yeah, it's tough because like the lightweight division has so many guys trying to get into that top 10 that it's a logjam right now. From the top 5 below is fucking crazy. Malarkey's gonna have to go through some people.
Hey, by the way, your boy here went 10 for 12 yesterday on picks.
Ooh.
Yeah, not too shabby, right? I missed on the Jared Gordon versus Selecki fight, and then I don't know how I did not predict this, but the no contest for Kevin Holland and the Kyle Darcus.
Yeah, you should have known.
I know. Fuck.
Yeah, Drew Dober's not ranked anymore. Maybe that's a fight for Malarkey. Might be a big step up though.
That's a big step up.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see him in there, man.
Yeah,
Malarkey versus Bobby Green would be fucking awesome, but Bobby Green's got to fight with Iaquinta, right?
Your boy Bobby Green.
Yeah, I just want to see him fight. Malarkey's very exciting. I'm really high on him.
All right, moment of silence.
Moment of silence. What do we lose? Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira would have been fucking crazy. That's a good fight. Fernando Padilla versus Sean Soriano could have been cool. Padilla had visa issues, I guess, could get in. Let's see. Aspen Ladd versus Macy Chasson. I feel like that fight's been canceled like 5 times now. Maybe we just move on. Aspen Ladd had the pretty bad weight cut. She was shaking on the... We can talk
about it in a minute.
Okay, yeah. But the biggest one, Jimmy Crute versus Jamal Hill. That fight would have been fucking incredible.
It would have.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Okay, so let me ask you, when it says canceled, obviously it's canceled. When it says fizzled.
Fizzled,
What?
Which one fizzled?
It says here Jimmy Crute versus Jamal Hill fizzled.
Oh, I don't even see fizzled on mine. I see it. Yeah, that means that I don't think they ever signed the bout agreement, maybe. But it was announced that they were going to, and then it just kind of never happened. I don't remember what happened there.
So it was never official. That was that was planned for this card, and then just kind of fizzled off.
I think so.
Okay, interesting.
I don't remember what happened with that.
I don't know, but that would have been a really fun fight.
Yeah, I think it got moved. It got moved to the card with Jose Aldo versus Rob Font.
Okay.
Oh, what a card! What the fuck? Hold on. Are we gonna talk about that in the news? This card at all?
Which card?
The Rob Font versus Jose Aldo?
No, let's talk about it right meow.
Yeah, December 4th. It's not a pay-per-view. We got Rob Font, Jose Aldo, Rafael Fiziev versus Brad Riddell, Matt Brown versus Brian Barberina, Jimmy Crute versus Jamal Hill, Brad Tavares versus Brendan Allen, Manel Kopp versus Zaga Zumagulov, Tanner Bozer versus Sergey Pavlovich.
Wow.
What the fuck?
That's a fantastic card. That's an awesome card. Holy
shit.
And we got some good cards coming up, man.
Yeah. I mean, they just went off on the matchmaking recently, you know?
Hey, as much as you dog on Sean Shelby for looking tired, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just staying up all night coming up with great matchups.
You know.
Don't dog on him, please.
Yeah.
Don't hate on him.
Please.
All right, Rich, you got some news for us? Maybe.
I sure do. It's coming right up.
Did you find your shirt?
I didn't. I've been looking this whole time. That's why I had a small delay.
Okay.
So tell me about this. O'Malley versus Paiva announced. Why am I excited about this? I remember this guy with the crazy hair.
See, Sean O'Malley is going to transcend. As long as he keeps getting wins, he's going to transcend because people know him because of the hair.
But he's also a huge Twitch streamer, right? Like he has a big following from that as well. Look, from what I've been reading, O'Malley doesn't have to fight if he doesn't want to make a decent living.
Nope.
Now, that being said, he's still going out there. He's still fighting.
Let's be honest. He has the platform that he has on Twitch and shit like that because the fact that he's fighting and getting knockouts. If that stopped, I don't know if that platform would stay as big as it is.
So you think they're both dependent on each other?
A little bit, yeah.
Like, so his fight career depends on that Twitch crowd, but the Twitch crowd depends on the fight.
I think a little bit. Fish and an anemone.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Symbiotic relationship. It's like those birds that sit in the mouths of crocodiles.
Oh, fantastic! Okay, we're going off to like a different part that we've never gone before. Yeah. But I want to see O'Malley fight somebody in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean,
I would really enjoy the Dominic Cruz fight.
Yeah, but I mean that's too high. I think this fight this fight's a fucking banger though. This is a
Paiva?
really good fight. Yeah, dude, Paiva had that crazy fight against Kyler Phillips. That was insane. And Kyler Phillips, training partner with Sean O'Malley. So I don't know, man. This fight, I know it's not a ranked fight. This fight is going to be fucking crazy. These guys are dogs.
I like it.
Oh, I don't know if I'd say Sean O'Malley's a dog.
Still undefeated.
Paiva's a dog. It's going to take a lot to put him away. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
I mean, it was hard to put Chris Moutinho out too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see. I'm very excited, though. That's a very good matchup.
All right. So next up on the docket, we have Almeida and Slow Mike Rodriguez, no longer in the UFC. Who is Mike and why is he slow?
Dude, that's his nickname, man. Slow Mike Rodriguez. Yeah. But what do you think about
nobody
this
likes
one,
self-given nicknames, man.
I like them when
Hardy.
I like them when they're kind of like degrading like that. Like when it's like laughing at my own expense. I'm Slow Mike Rodriguez. I'm okay with it. When it's I'm the fucking God of War.
Prince of War, dude. Get it right.
Prince of War, whatever. That's lame. Yeah.
I know Kobe Bryant came up with Black Mamba on his own, which is a little whack.
Hey, but you know what? He's also one of the best to ever do it, dude.
Sure.
You can do whatever you want at that point.
Yeah.
But dude,
oh man, Almeida. What a crazy career. I mean, from 1 second to this is a future title fight contender. This guy's going to be big in this division in the UFC to pretty much nothing.
How about he's 20-0, right?
Yeah.
Fights Cody Garbrandt. First loss against Cody Garbrandt.
And remember when he fought Cody Garbrandt, the buzz around that fight was like, oh, Garbrandt doesn't deserve this yet. This is too much for him.
Yep.
That's what people were saying.
He beats Albert Morales after that. Then he loses to Jimmy Rivera, Rob Font, Jonathan Martinez, and Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Rough,
man.
Rough. I mean, Jimmy Rivera, monster.
Rob Font,
monster.
Yeah. I mean, Rob Font's headlining his next card.
Dude, Sean O'Malley, he's tough.
Very good striker.
You know? So he's gone up against some really good competition. His losses are Cody Garbrandt, Jimmy Rivera, Rob Font, Sean O'Malley, Jonathan Martinez, and they're like, hey, take a hike. Man. Take a hike. See you later, bud.
Yeah, stop losing to bums. That's tough, man. The problem though isn't that who he's lost to? I think it's more about how he's kind of looked in those fights, even going up to the losses.
Maybe, and maybe also, you were 20-0 going up against Cody Garbrandt, but against who?
Yeah. And let's not forget when he knocked out Brad Pickett. I mean, this was the end of Brad Pickett's career, and he got rocked hard by Brad Pickett right before he knocked him out. So, as old Brad Pickett. Man, Brad Pickett, what are the OG? Remember he would walk out with the old like paperboy hat with like a newspaper and shit and like suspenders. Fuck, dude. Brad Pickett was OG.
For sure. All right. Anything else, Rich? Hey, RIP Slow Mike Rodriguez too.
Oh yeah. Next up on the docket, Aspen Ladd, Will mentioned earlier, misses weight. So what does this mean? What are the implications of this?
Yeah, I mean a little spooky, right? That was a spooky one.
Will, do we need to have a different rule set for women when it comes to missing weight? Now,
yeah, I know.
Why was it spooky? I need some.
They have
here.
Okay, so Aspen Ladd walks on the scale there, and she tries to lift her arms for them to take a weight, and she's like falling back because she's so depleted, man, so depleted. And she said she got her period 2 days before, ran into other complications. So I'm wondering, like, it just got my wheels spinning, right? Do we need to have some type of different thing in place for women in MMA? But then I go back and forth because I'm like, well, you know what? We don't have women missing weight every single fight, every single card. So, like, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with this.
I wonder if having a union for the fighters with women included would be helpful, instead of a bunch of dudes in suits making up all the...
Yeah. I mean, it's been two fighters in the history of the sport have used it as their excuse of how they've missed weight, right? It's never happened to a champion. It's the reality is also this is how many times has Aspen Ladd missed weight now?
Second time?
Is it second time or is it the third time?
The second I can remember. Might have missed it 3 times. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. I mean, I have no idea what it's like to weight cut on your period. It's got to be not good, right? Because it's not good even when you're not on your period. So I can't imagine it helps.
I don't know. I like I said, I'm torn on this one.
Yeah,
because usually I go hard on the missed weight.
Yeah,
and, this is. Did you pull up a video here? Yeah, nice. Let's play that.
Yeah, look at that. Just could barely stand up. She's about to collapse there. Right, we have people waiting on the sides, just making sure if she does collapse, they'll be able to.
Yeah, she's got the box around her because she had to strip down completely.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
a scary
not a good look.
Who was the fighter? Remember, Will, that just completely collapsed up there?
I don't remember. That was a really bad one, though.
It was really bad. I don't know if you could probably find that one at some point, Rich. Scary sights, and it gets us talking, gets us thinking about if there's any other way to do it. But man, I just don't have an answer for this one.
Yeah, I can't really weigh in on it. But
I see what you did there.
Oh man,
Stolyarenko.
On that
to the next one.
Yeah, Stolyarenko was the one that collapsed twice.
Okay. Oh, Stolyarenko. Yeah. See if you can pull that one up too, Rich, so you can see the Stolyarenko way in. All right.
Dan Hooker versus Islam Makhachev announced as well. And this one's earlier than the other one that we mentioned. This is October 30th in Abu Dhabi. That's pretty cool. I want to go there.
UFC 267 is stacked.
Hey, time out, Rich. Before you go to Abu Dhabi for fights, bro, how about you just watch like 2 or 3 weekends worth of fights before we go all the way to Abu Dhabi for fights?
What if we just go there for 3 weeks and we watch 2 or 3 weekends worth of fights over there?
I like your thinking.
Some other kind of,
I like your thinking.
Organization.
But Dan Hooker, absolute monster, man.
Yeah. I mean,
stepping up.
He's going to fight twice in the same 2 months, right?
Yeah.
His last fight was September, but I mean, what a fuck. I mean, he's going to take this whole story, right? I mean, he's kind of taking the wind out of the hype behind Makhachev just because of how badass he is for taking this fight.
And, when we think about the sacrifice, because I think whenever Dan Hooker comes to the States for fights and he goes back to New Zealand, I want to say it's like 2 or 3 weeks or longer that he has to stay away from his family. Like he has to isolate. He has to quarantine.
It's a gamble. You don't know because the way it works right now with New Zealand is it's a raffle of who gets to come in. Once you come in, then you quarantine for 2 weeks. But it's a gamble
It's a
of when they're
raffle?
going to let. It's a raffle for when you're going to get when you're even going to allow to start your
You know what?
quarantine.
Still can't be as bad as my sneakers app because that raffle take L's all day, bro.
Yeah,
All day. But man, that sucks.
But yeah, so you really have no idea when you're going to be able to even start your quarantine and get back into the country. So yeah, I mean, I hope the UFC is like paying for hotels and shit for him because I mean it's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
I know he said that they offered him a pretty big chunk of change for this one.
Good.
Yeah, he deserves it. I mean, Jesus Christ. And
I mean,
let's not forget,
this
it's
card.
not just about. Well, he's saving a fight on it. I mean, the card
saving
is
a fight.
Yeah, I mean, this card is nuts.
No, actually, yeah, this is UFC 267. For some reason, I thought it was a fight night.
Oh yeah, but let's not even forget the fact that it's crazy that he's stepping up on such short notice, but he's fighting Islam Makhachev, who nobody wants to fight. Nobody wants to fight him. Like the only person right now is Dan Hooker and Dos Anjos. That's it.
Dan Hooker, though, when he says any place, any time, he means it.
Yeah, I think the UFC obviously respected him already, but I think he has skyrocketed into one of the UFC's favorite guys based off what he did a month ago. Where I mean, he made weight. He was cutting weight on the plane. I think he landed on Thursday, fought on Saturday.
Oh, that's insane.
Had one of his best showings in his career. I think he's one of the UFC's favorites.
Dude, how about UFC 267 is free, right? First, that's nuts.
Oh, that's the one that's free.
This is the one that's free. Dude, it's free. Rich, you have to come over for this one.
October 30th. If I might be in another state, but we'll talk about it.
You know what? Stop. Just stop
I'll be in
right
Abu
there.
Dhabi.
You know what? Then
I'll be out there.
Go in Abu Dhabi, whatever. Send me Araceli. My wife loves her, and they can watch fights over here together. But you have Jan Blachowicz.
Shit. What a card.
Jan Blachowicz versus Glover Teixeira. Piotr Jan versus Corey Sandhagen. Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker. Alexander Volkov versus Marcin Tybura. Dude, Li Jingliang versus Khamzat Chimaev. Ankalev versus Ozdemir. John Chidoba versus Amanda Ribas. Dude, what is going on right now?
Ricardo
this is
Ramos
a free
versus
card?
I think
Tahugov versus Ricardo Ramos? Come on.
This is a free card.
Zaczek versus Shamil Gamzatov? Come on. Makwan Amirkhani versus Lerone Murphy?
Subscriptions up? This is how you do it. This is how you do it.
Every matchup is insane.
Oh my
Every fight is crazy.
You want Bare Knuckle to stop taking your market share?
Dude, yeah. Dude, we got 14 fights on this card. If everything goes with what it is right now, if everything continues the way it's going. But that might be our first 2-hour episode, the recap on this one.
Seriously.
It's going to be insane.
Get ready,
This card is crazy.
Get ready.
I think I will have to tune in to that one. And I did pull up that video that you guys asked for. So
okay.
Give me 10.
Okay. Well, dude, I can't wait for this card, man. This card's absolutely stacked. When is it?
Yeah. October 30th?
October 30th. Yeah, October. Dude, right before Halloween.
It's this
right
month?
Before Halloween, too, man.
Yeah.
Your boy's on PTO.
How about this? 2 fights get canceled, right? We got Piotr Jan versus Aljamain Sterling gets canceled. Makhachev versus RDA gets canceled. Dan Hooker steps in. Corey Sandhagen steps in. How about those fights got better?
Yeah.
Those fights got better.
Oh, here it is. Stolyarenko stands on there. She didn't need any help stepping on the scale, right?
I think this is where she misses.
Is this where she misses? Or,
nope.
Oh,
not good.
No. And then down she goes.
Fuck, that's scary, man.
That is super scary.
Hey, how about
then,
let's?
I think
let's
the part that we don't see is when she gets back up, and somebody tries to help her back up right away, and then she collapses again.
Yeah.
It's rough, man.
Yeah. What we need.
The second one should be coming up here in a second. I think
they need to have people around there at all times.
Is this the second one?
Rich? Yeah, she's gotten back up onto this. Yeah, the same video.
This is the second time getting back up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. This is after she's already passed out, collapsed. You see her blinking a little more.
Why would everybody walk away?
Yeah, no. Stay there for sure. Stay there.
That guy's alert right there.
Yeah, a little bit, and then and there she goes again.
Yeah, dude, that guy's the man right there.
Look, it turns into Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh fuck. And
Look
then
at she's
convulsing.
convulsing.
Not good, dude.
She's in and out.
What was that, Jeremiah Watkins posing as a nurse right there?
Mario Yamasaki on the side telling everybody she's fine.
Yeah.
No, we're good. All right. Do we have anything else on the news?
Yeah, we got a final
Rich?
one. No, we have to.
All right, what is it?
We have to pay our respects here.
Oh no. Oh.
What is it?
Manny
The
Pacquiao.
suspense. Oh,
Manny Pacquiao retires.
yeah. Manny Pacquiao retires. Man, I posted this on Instagram,
Yeah.
right, with Manny Pacquiao retiring. Absolute legend.
Yeah.
And he's one of those like generational fighters where I'll be able to tell my kids, as Dallas grows up, Andre grows up, Lucy grows up, they start watching boxing. If any of them do, and they hear about Manny Pacquiao, where I could say, I watched him fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this guy's an absolute legend, man. I have a lot of really fun memories of me watching Pacquiao with my dad.
Yeah.
So man, it's a sad one, but it's time.
Yeah, it's definitely time. Maybe a little bit past time, right?
Mhm.
But he was, so dominant for so long. He was the guy that, like, even if you didn't know boxing, you knew Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows who he is. He's a goddamn superstar. Man, he was vicious too.
Oh, yeah.
He'd rip his combos. God damn, was he vicious.
So fast, and like we're saying, hey, might have gone on a little too long. Did he? He just recently beat, Adrian Broner and Keith Thurman.
Yeah. It's impressive, right? But like, yeah, it's impressive. Those wins are impressive. It's just like, it's clearly on the downward trend, right? And it's like, you're not going to be fighting the biggest fights. So like you're taking, at the end of a long career, you're continuing to take damage. Is it just because you love fighting? Is it because you're making a shit ton of money? Both valid things. But like, what's the end goal there? Is the end goal just to keep fighting? Because that's never usually the best move,
It's to make money because he's a charitable person.
Yeah, unless you're gay.
Taking it back to the Philippines, where he's now running for president.
Yeah.
Manny for president.
Isn't he already president of the
Senator?
Philippines? Oh, senator. Okay, that's what
Duterte or whatever. He just resigned, right?
Oh, did he resign?
That insane fucking, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know he resigned.
I think he just retired from politics like 2 days ago.
Oh, good for him.
Thank God. Sending out people to literally murder people if they catch them drug dealing.
Hardcore.
Great. Yeah.
Hardcore, man. Hardcore.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
definitely no drug use there.
That's it for the news roundup, but I wanted to, pick y'all's brain. You guys were really hype about some upcoming fights, especially the one on October 30th, Abu Dhabi, the free, showcase of the UFC. But one of our commenters, Bruce Bobtrotter, is asking about more recent or ones that are coming up sooner than that, not being so hype. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, you guys looking forward to the worst back-to-back events in UFC history coming up? Dern versus Rodriguez, and then Holland versus Dumont.
Hey, first off,
psyched
Bruce,
for those?
Bruce Bobtrotter, thank you so much for hopping back on this week, man. Appreciate it. The funny thing is that, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm flipping through Tapology, right, to find UFC 267, and I got to the one that says UFC Fight Night main event, Marina Rodriguez versus Mackenzie Dern. Now, hey, I'm excited about that fight. I'm excited about that.
Great fight. Randy Brown, Jared Gooden, Tim Elliott, Mateus Nicolau. Those are great fights.
But you know what? I could see how that might not pull in a giant crowd. And then after that, the Holly Holm versus Dumont.
Yeah, that's a good card. That's a good card, dude.
Let me see. We have Andrei Arlovski versus Carlos Felipe. That's a fun fight.
Oh, no, the one before, Dern versus Rodriguez.
Oh, okay. No, because I'm looking at the other one right now.
Yeah.
And
dude, this is a good card.
Let me see.
Rodriguez versus Dern, great fight. Randy Brown versus Jared Gooden, great fight. Tim Elliott, Mateus Nicolau, great fight. Agapo is fighting Mazo, okay. Phil Hawes versus Darren Wynn, could be really good. Chris Gutierrez versus Felipe Corrales, fantastic fight. Jamie Pickett versus Laureano Staropoli, great fight. Yeah. Alexander Romanov, that dude's a savage. Yes. Jared Vandera, that's a great fight. Damon Jackson versus Charles Rosa. Lupita Godinez, dude, that's a good card.
I think people will be pleasantly surprised by this one.
Yeah, you want to know my bet? Everybody say, man, these sleeper cards are always bangers.
But honestly though, like, well, I always say, hey, look at those sleeper cards because you end up finding shooting stars there, right?
Yeah.
Looking at the Holly Holm versus Norma Dumont card, you have Andre Arlovski versus Carlos Philippe. Like I said, that's a really fun fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch it just because, like I said,
this is a good card, bro.
Njoku.
Dude, yeah, and dude, Andrew Sanchez versus Bruno Silva, decent fight. Dude, Manon Ferrot is back. The French
Eubanks, I thought she was cut.
I thought so too.
And so was Paige Correa, by the way, and I think she's on an upcoming card also.
She fought yesterday.
Oh, did she fight yesterday? Yeah, I didn't watch it. How'd she do?
Not good.
Okay, well.
But look at this. We got Manon Ferrot. Dude, she's that French fighter who's striking is like insane. Yeah.
Up and coming, yeah.
That's a very good fight.
Another rising star that you can catch.
Ludovic Klein versus Nate Landwehr. That's going to be a fucking war. Julian Marquez, the Cuban Missile Crisis versus Jordan Wright.
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Come on.
I just watched this fight for the call-outs at the end.
Yeah, dude, Nzechukwu versus Dawon Young. Come on. That's a good card.
Nzechukwu, he's the one that had a fantastic performance in his last fight. Who did he fight last? I don't remember.
Who was it?
Danilo Marquez?
Yeah.
Danilo Marquez, yeah. Yeah,
he's on a 3-fight win streak. It's a good card.
Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised with the Holly Holm. I don't know about the main event. Do you think that's main event material?
No, it was supposed to be Miesha Tate versus somebody, and it got moved. This is one that Marcelo Rojo was supposed to be on as well. Miesha Tate versus Caitlyn Vietta was the main event.
Which that should be a fun fight. But that might be what we're talking about here when we're just kind of browsing through the different main events. Because, Holm versus Dumont, I wouldn't say is main event worthy.
No. But
the card might be fun.
Not a bad card. I bet you this card will be better than last night's card.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Yeah. You won't have Jocko on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Or David Branch. All right. Do we have anything else? Rich, do we have anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Awesome. Will, do you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Is it Bob Trotter?
Yeah, Bruce Bob Trotter.
Bruce Bob Trotter for joining us again. And just a reminder for everybody, if you like our content, please like, subscribe, join us, comment. We'll love to interact with you. Spotify, Breaker, Podcast, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. I didn't even have to look at the screen for that this time.
Look at you.
It's like, I'm starting to memorize it. Social media, Will?
Yeah, at Story of the Fight on Instagram and Twitter. Story of the Fight chat on Facebook.
And hey, just a shout out to Richard Casual too. Appreciate all the work you do, my man. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Another week of Story of the Fight. Gotta get my boy